Uh, yeah, so I just wanted to say thank you to everybody for joining for today's mid-year report, a WCF meeting. And it's just great to see everybody on the call today. We have a really good turnout, and I'm really excited to be able to share with all of you some exciting updates from the Weissman Children's Foundation and the Child and Family Institute. There's been a lot happening over this past half year, and so this is a great opportunity for us to come together and to review some of the accomplishments and progress towards our goals. And also we'll leave some time for some interaction and some questions if we can toward the end. But first and foremost, just kind of starting at the top of the agenda. Thank you, Isabel, for pulling it up. We have sort of broken down our WCF work into 3 organized phases for purposes of just kind of streamlining our activities a bit, and also for ease of understanding and communicating around the different projects that we're all working so hard to collaborate on. And so phase 1 we're conceptualizing is our first 3 years during COVID. From the very first day where we had, conceived the idea in January of 2019, when we decided we were going to do this work and we were going to try to find some alternative, innovative solutions to the mental health crisis, all the way through to, well, a month later, the start of COVID. And then, 3 years of just rolling out massive COVID mental health relief to anybody that we could help, without any formal program evaluation, without any formal nonprofit status. And so we're calling that phase 1. And that was our essentially COVID mental health relief initiative. And we were able to help over 1,000 underserved families during that time, which is obviously we're really proud of and really happy about. And it also allowed us to build some really important bridges with the community, both with community stakeholders, with community members, and with community partners, including the Westchester County government. And so we've been able to sort of leverage the work that we did and that all of you helped, develop and donating your time and your thought partnership. And now we have some really cool next kind of phase things in the works. So phase 2 is our current phase. We've just completed year 1. And a big part of our phase 2 is our training programs and our supervisors, our clinical supervisors. And so we just finished a year where we had, I think, 11 or 12 trainees come through the Child and Family Institute and be able to provide free therapy and very low fee therapy to our community, supervised by our senior supervising clinical psychologists and social workers, many of whom are on the call today. And now we have 20 incoming doctoral students who have just started with us in the past few weeks. And so we're going to be growing that mission and that bandwidth to provide low and no fee care to underserved communities. And we're calling this phase our Community Wellness Initiative. And one of the anchors of this initiative is a new partnership with the Westchester County Youth Bureau and government. And we're calling it our My Wellbeing Partnership. It's actually a My Wellness Partnership, so we should change that. It's our My Wellness Partnership. And it's a partnership with both the Westchester County Youth Bureau and the Westchester Children's Association. So the Westchester Children's Association is like our local advocacy organization, which is led by the wonderful executive director, Allison Lake, and she's been phenomenal to work with. We've presented together on panels, and she's just a great partner in all of this. And so they were able to advocate for the funds of the initial $45,000 that comes along with this partnership for us to be able to provide free therapy to at least some of the county's 62 underserved after-school programs throughout Westchester. And that's working directly with providing services directly to the after-school programs that have received funding from the County Youth Bureau. So we're really excited about this partnership. This is a big deal. It gives us our little nest egg to work with, and hopefully we'll grow into a sustained funding stream and grow in size to be able to help more and more of those after-school program youth, so that $45,000 in a few years could turn into a lot more. And we're very excited about this ability to engage the county in this way, to work collaboratively with stakeholders who really have grown to trust and admire. Both Allison Lake at Westchester Children's Association and Dr. Damia Harris, the executive director of the County Youth Bureau, are just incredible, executive directors and partners and thought partners, and they're doing great work, and they see the value of what we're trying to accomplish. So we're really, really excited about the partnership, more so than the grant at this point. But both are really both seem like they're gonna take us to the next echelon of credibility and visibility as an organization, and be able to grow our work and engage more partners in the future. So that's phase 2. And another really important part of phase 2 is the development of our new clinician cultural sensitivity measure, which is the first in the field to measure clinician cultural sensitivity and satisfaction. And so we're actually going to be evaluating our patients' appraisal of our clinicians' cultural humility, sensitivity, and responsiveness. And a lot of work has gone into this on our research team by a number of different folks, including our coordinators and our chief research assistant, Ava Swanstrom, and our survey development and program evaluation consultant, Daniel Henderson, and the rest of the whole research team. And we have been able to complete this measure in the past couple months. And now we are actually gathering data on how we're doing both clinical and cultural outcomes. So pre and post treatment every 4 weeks, we're evaluating. We have a whole program evaluation program now as part of phase 2. So we're evaluating trauma, anxiety, depression scores, again, pre and post treatment every 4 weeks, as well as therapeutic alliance at those same time points. And then again, cultural sensitivity and satisfaction at post treatment. So we're really trying to see if the work that we're doing, providing evidence-based treatments to underserved communities, can help mitigate both clinical and cultural barriers to care, and show reduced anxiety, depression, and trauma and behavior symptoms in youth, while maintaining strong therapeutic alliance and cultural satisfaction. And then looking forward, phase 3 is something that we're looking to start maybe in 2024. And it's the idea to kind of grow our work and our bandwidth. So right now we have, about 20 doctoral students providing the services that we're talking about, as well as another 30 or so clinicians, licensed clinicians through the Child and Family Institute, all of who are able to donate one pro bono session or one pro bono client. And so we're hoping to kind of grow that, the CFI generated bandwidth, to about 50 clinicians involved. And with the training program in particular, there's a lot of pro bono work being done there, and very, very low fee work. So that's the bandwidth we currently have. But the goal for phase 3 is to be able to take that 50 clinicians and turn it into maybe 300, 400, 500 clinicians over time, by engaging community clinicians who are willing to and interested in donating 1 therapy hour per week, and developing sort of a coalition or a pro bono clinicians collective, first here in New York and eventually across different states as well. And in return, provide free CE credits to the Child and Family Institute, peer consultation groups, things like that, that are curated for the therapists who are signing up. we'll also need to be developing a vetting process for the clinicians. And we have had an interesting initial conversation with Maryland Pro Bono Counseling, which is the only organization that we know of that has tried something similar. And they have a process that they use, and we're hoping to hire them to learn more about that so we can replicate aspects of it here in New York, and also develop our own, as we have some different vetting processes and things that we have in mind. But there is some precedent for this concept of developing a pro bono collective, and it's only been done once. And so we're hoping to learn from that and grow our pro bono bandwidth considerably, and be able to really develop a solution for at least the local mental health crisis, and if not, eventually at a statewide or national level. So we're very excited about that. We're calling it, at least for now, we're calling it our Impact Initiative, Innovating Meaningful Partnerships Across Community Therapists. And again, we're hoping to potentially launch this program in 2024. So we talked a little bit about the initial grant through the Westchester County Youth Bureau and the My Wellness program. And that will be starting any day now. I think we're just about to launch, so that's really exciting. So last year we program evaluated our first year of phase 2, and now will be second year of phase 2. We'll continue with the program evaluation, adding the clinician cultural sensitivity measure this year, and then also we'll be sharing data directly back with the county and directly back with some other partnerships like our faith-based mental health initiative as well. So we'll be having multiple side projects that we're evaluating and providing data back to our partners. So for example, for this county government partnership, we'll be able to share the data and say, hey, this is how well we did. This is what our success looks like, both clinically and culturally, by partnering with the county government to provide free care. And so, did it work? Were the treatments effective? Were the treatments that have often been designed in top academic institutions, tested with white college students, also effective when delivered in underserved community settings? And are we being sensitive and affirming of identifying characteristics and cultural characteristics as well, and maintaining strong therapeutic alliance? And that again will really serve as proof of concept to approach the state government, other county governments and state governments to say, hey, this works. Let's grow this. Let's partner up and let's disseminate this process and this work. So that's very exciting, our ability to evaluate our programs and create these partnerships. And partners are very interested in our ability to do that. So I have a feeling we're going to be drawing more and more partnerships over the years as we strengthen that program evaluation base and also grow our clinician bandwidth. So that's kind of on the cusp of starting that second year of phase 2 with these multiple partnerships anchored by this My Wellness partnership at the county level. And then we submitted a number of other grants. Isabel and I and Melanie a little bit as well have worked really hard on a bunch of grants this summer. And so this is a list of all the grants that we've applied to recently. And we're hoping to get maybe one other grant. That would be great. So we'll keep you guys posted on that. And Isabel, I think we are in the second round of one of the grants, right?
Yeah, so we actually made it to the participatory review round for this Lever for Change Yield Giving open call, which is a really big grant. It's nationwide. I think the gift is $1 million that they're giving out to 250 different organizations. So again, we're not sure if this is something that, we'll make it to the final round of, but this level is sort of a peer evaluation of different organizations that have applied. So we'll be evaluating other applications and they'll be evaluating ours. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on next steps for that one as well.
Yeah, it's really neat. I'm glad you highlighted that because we'll also be learning a lot, I think, from evaluating other people's grants, because that's part of the peer review process for this grant. So we'll actually be reviewing other grants and we'll be scoring them. And we'll be learning a lot about the scoring process. We'll be learning about how other people write grants and the way that they present their information and data and mission. So I think it's going to be a really neat kind of a process to be a part of, even if we obviously don't win. But if we certainly, you all will be the first to know if we end up getting $1 million grant. I'll tell you that, because that would actually be obviously be a game changer in our ability to do all the things we're talking about at a greater speed and with more staff. Yeah, so that would be obviously amazing. But it's really a feather in a cap that we're on to the next round, and that means our grant scored well and all that good stuff. So very, very exciting stuff. Thank you, Isabel, for highlighting that. And we kind of mentioned a little bit about some of the partnerships that we're working on. So the Maryland Pro Bono Counseling Project that I just kind of mentioned that they're the first people who are sort of trying to put a collective of pro bono therapists together. That model that we're going to try, that we were thinking about for phase 3, we in just doing some due diligence came across them, and they have a lot of the same ideas that we have, and they're already doing it. So we're hoping to again learn from them and maybe hire them on as a consultant. So that's pretty exciting. We also have some partnerships starting up with the JCC here in Tarrytown. So the Jewish Community Center will be actually having some on-site clinicians at their community center and promoting a joint kind of wellness program for their members, which is a great way to just like get hooked into the community and to be kind of meeting people where they are. And we're hoping to do a similar thing with the Tarrytown YMCA, in the near future. And we've again met with the executive directors of both of these programs and this summer. So lots of exciting developments on the horizon for both of those programs and others. If we create a model for one, we can then replicate that model with other community centers and organizations like that. So the JCC will be the first pilot, and then we'll be able to see how that goes, and again use that as a jumping off point for other potential community organization partnerships in the future. We also have sort of maintained a strong presence in 2 of the countywide mental health initiatives, and those include the Westchester County Faith-Based Mental Health Initiative. I think we received our 3rd or 4th referral for pro bono services from I think it was Reverend Daphne Swinton at Union Baptist Church this week, and she's one of the leaders of the initiative, along with Minister Kim Murray Cruz, Pat White, and Michael Orth, our Commissioner of Mental Health. And we're helping to kind of co-facilitate this countywide initiative in collaboration with them as thought leaders in the space. And the National Soul Shop for Black Churches movement. So that's been very interesting and rewarding and educational for us to learn from and be a part of and help lead. And we're also working with the county police chiefs and Chief DeRuzo and Mamaroneck to help them sort of develop an app to reduce stigma by helping law enforcement families connect to culturally informed care, and we're one of the providers as well that will be helping provide that care. So those are all really exciting, kind of relatively new partnerships over the past couple of years that we are helping to head up, and we're looking forward to many more, much more time together with each of these leaders and partners, and also again replicating models that we can use to help grow our mission over time. So going down a little further to research and program evaluation, I'd love to turn this section over to our research and program research coordinators and team. And so Ava and Melanie, if you're on the call, I'm not sure if Danielle or Christina are here, but I'd love to turn it over to the team to talk a little bit about what we have accomplished so far in this past year, this first year of phase two, when we've started a program evaluation, and then like where we're going now that we've sort of honed some of the processes for the future. So who would like to jump in? I can't see everybody since we have the agenda up. I can't see everybody on the right side of my screen here, but Ava or Melody maybe, and then maybe if Danielle and Christine are here, they can join.
Yeah, Ava and I discussed. I'll take the reins, and if Ava wants to jump in, please do. But as Adam mentioned, so we just completed our first year of our program evaluation for WCF. So over this past year, the WCF intake team assisted over 370 individuals at no cost. And then in addition to that, there were 48 individuals and families who were able to receive services at a fee between $10 and $50 per session. And to assess the quality and effectiveness of our programming, as our externs are now intimately familiar, we routinely measure psychological symptom improvement, such as, anxiety, depression, trauma symptoms, using the evidence-based electronic health record, My Best Practice. I know Ryan was here earlier, and these measures are administered at baseline every fourth therapy session, and then within 48 hours of treatment termination. And then in addition to clinical symptom measures, we also routinely assess therapeutic alliance to measure, the maintenance of a positive client-therapist relationship. And as Adam mentioned earlier, we also finished developing a novel cultural sensitivity and satisfaction questionnaire, and we recently began administering that questionnaire to clients. So we ask clients to complete this questionnaire at post-treatment so we can assess, therapist responsiveness to an affirmation of diverse patient identities. Given that we just recently kind of rolled out this questionnaire, so far we've had 13 individuals complete the survey, and we're looking forward to learning and growing from all the feedback we receive from the survey as more clients submit their responses. And then kind of in line with this commitment to cultural sensitivity, we've also edited our initial intake form, which we send to clients prior to, when they first inquire about services before they're even matched with a clinician or anything like that, to include the question that asks, how important is it for you or your child's therapist to have similar identifying characteristics to them, including ethnicity, gender identity, sexual identity, culture, etc. And then there's a 3-point Likert scale for them to respond, ranging from not important to very important, and then also a free response box to elaborate if wanted. So we hope that in adding this to our intake form, we can improve our client therapist matching process, and then also just continue to incorporate our commitment to cultural sensitivity every step of the way. So from the second we bring someone into CFI through the end of their treatment. And then as we head into year 2, we've kind of created some new protocols to ensure consistency in survey completion and to really maximize data collection. So as you look back on this past year, we've seen that about 58 clients have completed baseline measures, and 19 clients have engaged with mid-treatment measures. And then at post-treatment, 4 of the 22 clients who have finished treatment over this past year completed post-treatment measures. So they've done the entire post-treatment battery. So to improve data collection moving forward, and to ensure that we're consistently evaluating treatment outcomes for all clients, we created a new protocol to standardize survey administration. So this involves having the clinicians directly administer surveys in session rather than counting on clients to kind of complete them as homework, so to speak, following every 4th session and at the end of treatment. So we're, really excited to kind of see what this new protocol does for our data, and we can continue just learning and improving. And then finally, we are excited to share that Ava and I wrote an abstract on the main effects of the WCF therapy initiative, and we were accepted to present a poster at the Journal of Clinical Child and Adolescent Psychology's Future Directions Forum in Regina, Canada. We were unable to attend the conference, which occurred last week, but we're very excited to kind of begin this journey of sharing our work with the world outside of our CFI and WCF family, and kind of hopefully start serving as a model for other organizations with clinical training programs like ours to kind of build their capacity to serve low income and other historically marginalized communities. And it was just very exciting also to just be recognized, having submitted that abstract and have it accepted. So yeah, that's kind of the main overview of kind of where we are and kind of where we're going on the research end.
Fantastic, Melanie. And just in case you guys can't tell, Melanie, well, you probably will agree that it's very well deserved. Melanie's been promoted to senior coordinator and a chief research assistant or coordinator, and you can tell why. Melanie, fantastic job on reviewing that for everybody and synthesizing the material. And again, you and Ava have been instrumental in helping to revise and improve our processes for this next second year of phase 2, which again, we have more bandwidth, we have more partnerships, we have more program evaluation, and now we're going to do a much better job of becoming data collectors, right, all the way through from pre to post treatment. And we're still planning on collecting more of the post treatment data points from this previous year as well. But you've been really a great thought partner and team member and kind of getting us up to speed and kind of moving us toward the future of this particular part of our work. And so congratulations again on your promotion. Very well articulated. I'm sure everybody was equally impressed. And thank you for reviewing the research stats that we have so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
And I should also mention that this is Ava's last day with us, and Ava's been our chief research coordinator this past 2 years, and we are all going to miss her incredibly. And she is off to a PhD program in California, but we know that she will stay. Ava, we know you'll stay connected with us on the research front and in general. And also congratulations to Nava, who this is her last day as well, and she'll be going off to a PhD program right here in Long Island at Adelphi. So both of our cherished coordinators will be leaving us and replaced by trained by them and replaced by 2 wonderful new coordinators, Nadia and Emma, who already jumped in headfirst and are really just I know are going to help us take this work to the next level. But hoping that Ava and Nava stay involved, and just wanted to give a shout out to Melanie and Ava on the research front again. So fantastic job. So yeah, Isabel, I think we could probably head down to the bottom of the agenda here. And Isabel, do you want to give an update on the legal status stuff? And I can jump in and help you with that. I know it's a little bit confusing, so maybe you can do the bullets and I'll expand on our prior conversation a bit.
Yeah, so there might be, some more recent updates. We actually just had a call with our legal counsel team at Proskauer. So he's mentioned there in the support services section down below. But in terms of recent milestones and updates, we've qualified the corporation to do business in New York and registered to solicit with the New York Attorney General and the Charities Bureau. So that was a big step just in terms of, getting our papers all squared away for being able to fundraise and things like that. And then the legal team, so Howie and his colleague David at Proskauer have made significant progress on the application for tax exemption, so 501c3 status for WCF. Our current anticipated timeframe right now is mid-August 2023. And with the recent changes, we think it might be even slightly sooner than that. So we are thinking of restructuring basically the shape of the WCF nonprofit to be more of a collective that's able to raise funds and maintain the operation of the collective, which would then be able to provide grants as gifts to fund either the families directly or the therapists to be able to provide low cost, high quality mental health care. So I will defer to Adam to speak more on the details and the logistics of the really new updates, but we're really excited about seeing how this will pan out. And we think it'll be a lot easier for our legal team in terms of getting our tax status approved.
Yes. And those of you who known Isabel for a while, you also no need to share how impressed we all are with her. But you can tell that she just knows everything that's going on, and that's why she's been promoted to Chief Operations Coordinator this year. And I'm just thrilled to be able to continue working with both you and Melanie. But Isabel, you've been my right-hand woman for quite some time, and it's been awesome. So just another shout out. Everybody should know how wonderful all of you are, driving the ship with me. And yes, Isabel and I just got off a call with our legal team. So we did a couple of things that have been brought to our attention in recent weeks. One being that if we try to create another service providing organization, because we already have the Child and Family Institute, there's a lot of barriers in the New York mental health nonprofit kind of circle, where that if we try to create it as a WCF as a service provider, another service provider, there's an enormous amount of regulatory costs associated with a startup trying to do that. And so we were advised by a number of other startups, a number of other more established organizations in the space that I would caution against you, if you already have a service providing organization, caution against you setting up WCF as a service providing organization, because just the cost of the regulatory of becoming an OMH provider in your state, and the regulatory costs will be prohibitive potentially in being able to actually be successful and endure. So that there are other ways to meet our goals of innovating solutions to the mental health crisis, and provide free therapy without WCF itself being a service provider under the state regulations. And some ways to do that are to have the organization, the 501c3 WCF, be able to give grants, be able to run the phase 3 work that we were talking about, which is develop this collective, this impact initiative, maybe create a system by which clients can connect to care and connect to the pro bono collective that we're creating, and the clinicians can then get benefits from the Child and Family Institute, like free CEs and peer consult groups and things like that, so that the Weissman Children's Foundation can become it can do all of those things. We can write grants to patients, we can write grants to therapists, as long as it's a usual and customary rate, which needs to be set by third parties. And we can also run the operations of this phase 3 model of recruiting community clinicians and then creating this collective, all under the same nonprofit. And then other organizations can be driving the service provisions, including the Child and Family Institute. So we just came off of this meeting, and it's a lot of new knowledge and information, but we're probably leaning more in that direction so we can accomplish a lot of our goals and hopefully become a more sustainable organization that doesn't require some of the things that OMH requires. And again, both from a regulatory process, but also cost perspective. And so we're trying to sort of be fiscally responsible in the way we're establishing the organization. But the good news also is that the thing that's been holding us up for so long, and why our 501c3 has been delayed for so long, is the PLLC application to the Department of Education in your state, which is only required if you're trying to become a service organization. So if you take that out, we should get our 501c3 in no time. We just need to rewrite our narrative. So that's all really good news. So yeah, we're expecting sometime in August that we might actually have our 501c3. So that was a long-winded way of explaining some of the possible changes. And at the end of the day, they think it's a way more efficient way to go. And it'll also give us some more flexibility. So that's the update there. But Isabel, I thought you explained the broad strokes very well. So moving forward down the list here, we've had some exciting speaking engagements recently. Just came off of doing a podcast episode with the Westchester Children's Association, which is great. That'll be publicized and talked all about the partnership, the My Wellness partnership, and great initial sort of like publicity and exposure, and then also presented at the Westchester County Expo to a number of the county's leading business leaders and politicians a few months ago, along with Allison Lake and others from Feeding Westchester and a number of social and healthcare organizations, social service and healthcare organizations in the county. So that was a great presentation opportunity. And we also received an email from the person who runs the whole expo that they might be interested in donating from a family foundation. So there's some positive developments potentially there. And then I think I'll turn it back over to Isabel and team to just welcome again and introduce some of our new staff that have joined us in the just the past few months, really. And I don't know if Isabel, you want to do that first, or if you prefer to just review our support services real quick.
Yeah, I guess I can go through those first. And then I was thinking for any of the clinicians and possibly the students too, if we have time, I can kind of allow them to introduce themselves too, to kind of say a bit about themselves, but okay.
We might have time for that. Because we were initially going to have some guest speakers, have Allison Lake and from Westchester Children's Association and Dr. Damie Harris from the County Youth Bureau, maybe come on and say a few words, but they had other engagements. And so I think what we'll do is invite them back for our annual meeting with more advance notice, and maybe they can come on, and maybe someone from the faith-based initiative can come on, maybe Michael Orth can come on. So usually do that in January, and they can all come on and say a few words as guest speakers. But I think it might be nice to hear from everyone, or even we could even go around the room at the end and just have everybody, just introduce themselves and say hi. I'd also love to put in a plug for Dr. Ryan Warner's upcoming microaggressions in a clinical setting training that we have scheduled, I think, for September.
October 23rd.
October, okay, great. And so, maybe we can just spend a couple of minutes, talking more about that, and let Dr. Warner introduce himself as well. So I think we will have time for that. So maybe we can go around afterwards.
Okay, great. So I'll just run through, I guess, the announcements of new staff, and then our awesome support services that have been really helpful to furthering our mission and operations and all of that. So in terms of new staff, we've welcomed a handful of amazing clinicians over the past couple months. So starting from the newest, Jillian will actually be joining us later this month on the 21st of August. She is our newest LMSW clinician and will primarily, I believe, be based in the New York City area. And then we have Sophia Reverendo, who I believe is on the call today. So we'll make sure to pass it over to you for a little intro later on. She is our newest social worker. She's working under a limited permit, so she'll be receiving supervision, but she'll be really awesome addition to our team as well. And then we actually have a new psychiatric nurse practitioner named Erica Silen, who has been awesome and is our current kind of Westchester-based psychiatric provider. So we still have Dr. Sabrina Gratia in New York City, and then Erica also in the Westchester area. And then we have Elizabeth Kenny, licensed master social work, Vanessa Martin-Jones, was a doctoral social worker, also has an LMSW and has been seeing clients with us. And then Michelle Falco, LMSW as well. So a huge warm welcome to all of our new licensed clinicians. And we're excited to, grow with you and continue to welcome you to our family. And thanks to anyone also who jumped on this call. And then in terms of intake coordinators, as we say farewell and good luck to Nava and Ava, Adam mentioned this, but we are welcoming Nadia Spahn as our newest Westchester intake coordinator, and she'll also be helping out with some of the research and program evaluation projects. And then we have Emma Fisher joining us. She will be stepping into Nava's billing role, so she'll be helping out with any questions and concerns related to billing, my best practice issues, and then she'll also be taking over Ava's role as New York City intake coordinator. So that's a little rundown of them. Again, they'll introduce themselves later as well. But now just going into a bit of our support services. So we mentioned Howie Miller at Proskauer has been really helpful, very knowledgeable about the whole process of getting our tax paperwork set up. And then on the accounting side for WCF specifically, we have William Scody at Scody Scott and Company. And then Adam has been working with Nicole Hazard at SCORE Mentoring for some really helpful nonprofit business coaching. I don't know if Adam wants to say any more about kind of what that entails, but.
Well, I'll just add that the first few services here are all pro bono partnerships. So
yes.
we're leveraging a lot of pro bono resources and community relationships. So our legal is pro bono right now, our accounting is pro bono until we start reaching a certain threshold. I'm accessing nonprofit business coaching, which I try to meet once a month just to kind of keep me on task with our goals. And also Ryan Fuller for the next one is also donating a good portion of his innovative electronic health record to our cause as well. So there's a lot of and our program evaluation team is also meeting, and we're all volunteers. So there's a lot of just volunteer hours going into our mission, which helps us keep a very lean budget, which has sort of strengthened our tailwinds of getting some early momentum for WCF and our mission, including the county grant. But it's been great to work with these teams so far, and it just shows that there's a lot of belief in our work and mission, and a lot of people who care about what we're trying to accomplish. And so I'll mention that unique aspect of these first kind of 4 or 5 services here. And then you can see that we put, as you go down the list, we put more, we want to make a financial commitment into our diversity, equity, and inclusion work, and into our obviously marketing and web design. So and Isabel can you'll mention those next, but yeah, I wanted to highlight this first few.
Yes, exactly. Thank you, Adam. I meant to mention that. Yeah, so they have all been really helpful and just so gracious in donating their time in order to help us help other people. It's been very, very helpful. So so then we have Ryan Fuller, obviously really instrumental to helping us get My Best Practice set up in order to distribute all of the questionnaires, surveys, and really just manage client sessions, things like that through My Best Practice. And then we have
that's also our program. Sorry to interrupt. That's also our program evaluation. Essentially, My Best Practice software has been instrumental in our program evaluation process because we've been able to streamline the surveys going out within the EHR system to the clients. So if a parent's not in session, they can complete the survey during the week for that mid-treatment, that every 4-week treatment, they can be completing their questionnaires. And then the therapist can pull up the EHR system with the child in session and complete their mid-treatments or pre-treatments or post-treatment questionnaires. So the EHR itself has been leveraging that, the utility of that to be able to do program evaluation has been so key to our success. And the fact that Ryan has been donating, I think 20 of those to our cause has been really, really wonderful, both from a practice management standpoint, but also from a client communication and a survey data collection and program evaluation standpoint. So just wanted to highlight that before we move on. So sorry for interrupting, Isabel.
That's okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's a really innovative and I think unique software. I don't think that a lot of other electronic health record services have the capacity to do what we're doing in terms of tracking client outcomes and symptoms and therapeutic alliance, everything that we're measuring. So yeah, I don't know where we would be without Ryan and my best practice. That's super cool. So yeah, so on the same vein, Danielle Henderson and Rose, our DT, have been working with us closely throughout the past, I think over a year, over 2 years, developing that program evaluation and designing the individual surveys and questions, helping us with the cultural sensitivity and demographic questionnaire as well. Really leveraging their knowledge and expertise in the area of survey design and clinical research to help us make those measures as reliable and increase the validity as much as we can to make sure that our data is coming in, reportable. We're able to look at it and look at it in an objective way. So those two have been really helpful. And then yes, Adam mentioned Dr. Ryan Warner as our DEIJ consultant, and we do have Dr. Warner will be leading a microaggressions in a clinical setting training in a few months, October 23rd, and this will be part 2 of this training. So we had the first one back in November 2021. So this will be following up, reiterating some of the stuff we talked about with regards to microaggressions, both within a clinical setting and with any other sort of communications within staff and with clients. And then
I'll just add there as well, if that's okay. Ryan has been instrumental from day one of our DEIJ work at CFI and WCF, and so I think we started working with Ryan back in 2020 2021. And we also embarked on an organization-wide and equity enhancement effort, essentially a DEI audit of all of our processes in the way we approach care and hiring and partnerships and community engagement, internal processes, really everything, because in part because the field of psychology is so far behind with regard to diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice. We really wanted to sort of become as knowledgeable as possible and lead by example, so that everybody can receive the same quality care and feel that their values and their culture is not only respected by their therapist, but also appreciated and supported and is directly integrated into the therapy process, and that we're intellectually curious and we're culturally curious about everything, and we have open conversations about all different topics throughout the year as they regard microaggressions that can occur in organizations and partnerships, and have and will occur, and how to navigate those and how to take accountability and how to model that for each other, and have just very genuine, authentic conversations, compassion forward discussions about all of the issues that are plaguing our field and are plaguing cultural and financial, economic, social barriers to equitable access to mental health care in our field. And so Ryan's been instrumental in helping us embark on that equity enhancement effort, which we did for intensively for about a year, and then spent the last year actually implementing recommendations from the first round of that audit or that effort. And so now I'm looking forward to the second round of the microaggressions training, and also maybe this fall we'll get back to some focus groups with our DEIJ team to kind of look back at the work we've implemented and seeing what's been working well and seeing where we can implement areas of continued improvement or new recommendations in this next phase. So yes, hopefully we'll have Brian will have a chance to introduce himself later, but I did want to just like talk a little bit more broadly for a moment about some of the work that that task force has been doing and that we as an organization have been doing. And yeah, so I think that you know, we welcome everybody's thoughts on these types of issues and topics as well, including the students. And we're thinking a lot about training the next generation of culturally informed, you know, psychologists and social workers. And so, you know, these are conversations we're having every day in our training programs as well. But Isabel, thank you for letting me jump in and just share some more information about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I guess just the last two, I think we kind of touched on them a little bit, but just our marketing supports over at Brightseed. Danielle Snyder has really been helping us get our name out there to make sure people can find CFI and WCF and the services that we offer. So we've been working with her to target some SEO, like search engine optimization, keywords to help get our name up when people are searching for therapy and mental health services. And then she's also been helping us figure out some other ways like social media advertisements, Google ads. And I think she will be helping out with some of the visuals for our website as well. And then segueing over to web design. So we've been working with Matthew and the team at Social Inc. They kind of put together the design and the framework for our website. And we are now solidly in the process of migrating all the content and all the fact sheets and new information that's going to be going on the new website to hopefully be launched by the end of 2023. So that will be a really exciting kind of facelift to the CFI website. It's going to look totally different. And it's going to have a lot of really valuable information for families, not just about the services that we offer, but also about any disorders that they may be looking to read more on, and really a lot of information about the treatments that we specialize in and the programs and services that we have at CFI. So yeah. So
and
that, I
Isabel's
guess,
been
is
working. Isabel, you've been working very hard on the website.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to call it. Website integration,
Yeah.
website, you know, just tinkering around and figuring everything out. So yeah, that's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to next steps for that. And I think everyone will be too. It was really exciting seeing the new design of the website that they did at Social Inc. And the way that I feel like it really can be used as a resource for families to come and seek both information and connect to care, which will be a huge thing for us. So yeah, moving on to the last kind of portion of the agenda. I guess I will pass it over to the students, but we have a record number of pre-doctoral psychology externs joining us this year. We have 18 amazing students who are working with a lot of our clients that are receiving services through WCF. So they're really, they have been instrumental and will continue to really be the thing that allows us to provide that high quality and accessible healthcare, mental health care for all the families that we serve.
I'll just give a shout out to the
and also our supervisors.
It might be good, like you're saying, to have the students go around and introduce themselves. I mean, we could say other names, but they could probably say them and it's fine. But I will, since it's a shorter list, I will give a shout out to the supervisors because they're at the bottom there. So I just wanted to say another thank you to Dahlia Sharps, who will be taking over as Director of Social Work Training this fall. And big thank you also to Dominique Pagano, our outgoing Director of Social Work Training, who has been just wonderful co-pilot in developing that program these past 3 years or so. And thank you to our senior supervising psychologist, Dr. Emily Becker-Weidman, who's also been with us for, I don't know, 5 years now. Right, Dr. Preeti Saigal, again, 4 years. I don't even know. Dr. Sarah Hatcher, probably 5 years. Dr. Michelle Barton, probably 7 years. I don't know. It's been 6 years. It's been a while. And Dr. Christina Athenios, long tenure, because you were an extern with us, and then you were a postdoc, and then now you're supervising senior psychologist. So our senior psychologists have been with us for many years and are just wonderfully talented. And I'm just so glad that our students get to benefit from your expertise, and just really looking forward to another great training year as well. Love to go around and to have everyone introduce themselves. But in addition, as I was thinking about how long everyone has been with us, it jogged my memory that this is a great time to announce to the group that we are accepting nominations for our 2023 Distinguished Service Award, Child and Family Institute Distinguished Service Award. Past awardees have included Dr. Michelle Barton, Dominique Pagano, Dr. Melissa Bronstein. And so it's time to nominate our 2023 Distinguished Service Awardee. And we'll be holding nominations. You can email myself, Isabel, Melanie, with nominations through October 1st, 2023, and we will announce the winner of the award at our annual meeting in January. So get your thinking caps on for that. Lots of great candidates. All right, I'll turn it back over to you, Isabel, if you want to any last thoughts, or should we just open it up to the group?
I don't think I have any final thoughts. Just a huge thanks to everyone for coming, and all the people, that are involved with us day to day, but also all of our other community partners. Thanks so much, Rob, for helping on the call today. And I don't know who else I saw. Thank you, Deb, for helping on. Just everyone who, helps give their time on a very voluntary basis. It's really appreciated. And yeah, we're excited for next steps.
All right.
And how should we go around?
We can close the agenda. We can open up the squares, see each other. All right, there we go. I know some folks had to jump off, but this is still a great size group. And just go around, and Isabel, feel free to go first, since you're at the top of my screen anyway, even though folks probably know.
Yeah, people know me. I'm Isabel. I'm the Chief Operations Coordinator. This will be my 3rd year at CFI. So I'm staying on to do a victory lap. And so it should be a good year. And I think I've probably spoken to all of you, but I live in Brooklyn. And so, I'm also based at the Greenpoint office. So if anyone has clients that they'll be coming to Greenpoint to see, I'll be the one kind of helping you get acclimated to the space. And handing over your keys and stuff. So thanks so much. And should I pass it on to someone that I see next on the screen, or?
Maybe I'll just go around so it's organized for everyone. I'm actually next in my screen. So I'm Adam Weissman, for those of you, I think you all know me, but I'm the president and chief psychologist here at both organizations, and also still head up the externship program as well, and wear many hats. So I just hope that I get to interact with all of you as much as I can throughout our time together. If it's trainees, then it's just this year, but maybe you'll come back as a postdoc or faculty, because that seems to be happening more and more. But I hope we get at least as many touch points as we can. I'd love to be a mentor to all of you in your professional development, and I really sincerely mean that. And then for staff and faculty, let's just keep this great thing going, and meet as often as we can. I'd love to hear folks' thoughts on supervising and program development, all those good things. And to our partners and external consultants, you're here for a reason, and this is a really special family that you're now a part of. So thank you. But I'll pass it over to Michelle Barton next. Dr. Michelle Barton.
Thank you. I think Preeti wants to go next for some reason. So I will allow her and then I will go after her if that's okay.
That's
Thank-
very important. Yes,
thank-
please, Preeti,
Thank
before
you,
jump
Michelle.
on.
Sorry, I just have to, I'm heading to Brooklyn for an appointment, not Greenpoint though, as well, but to Carroll Gardens. So I wanted to say my hello before I had to sign off. Nice to put faces to names. I know some of you, but don't know a lot of you. So it's really nice to see everybody. As folks know, I do neuropsych testing and I'm supervising this year. So you know, great to see everybody. Thanks for getting us together, Adam and Isabel and the intake team. And thank you especially to the intake team for all your support and you know, wishing Nava and Ava best of luck in their next steps. We will be missed, but really glad that we still have the rest of you. And it's really nice to meet everybody. And I'm sorry to speak and run.
No, it's pretty. I'm glad you're running because I could gush about you for hours. So we'll just cut that out and
thank
just
you.
say how amazing Preeti is. And I'm so fortunate. I feel so fortunate to have found you in my life, professional life, personal life, whatever. And you're just a phenomenal person. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. And it's really nice to meet everybody. And I will see you soon, hopefully again.
All right. So Michelle, you're next.
Hi, Michelle Barton, Senior Clinical Supervisor, whatever order those words go in. It's really been awesome to watch this practice or practices now grow from where we started. Yes, it was like 6 or 7 years ago when I started with Christina as one of my first students. So amazing to have seen her come all this way. And everyone else that's joining, amazingly diverse student body with so much experience in so many ways. I'm already learning a lot from the students I'm working with, which is awesome, and why I keep teaching, because you know, you guys know newer stuff than I do probably. But anyway, so it's always nice to have the combination of things. And yes, thank you, Nava and Ava, for coming, doing so much for everybody. Again, I don't know what we'll do without you, but I'm sure people will work hard to fill your shoes. And good luck with everything you're doing going forward.
Michelle. So Dr. Ryan Warner had to jump off, but you know, he's gonna see us at the microaggressions training, so that's cool. Michelle, thank you for yeah, I think it has been 6 or 7 years. So yeah, let's keep it going. This has been great. Thank you for everything. And Melanie, you're next up on my screen. So
Hi again,
yes,
everyone. And you've heard from me from a bit, but I'm Melanie. I'm one of our intake coordinators. Primarily did Westchester, upstate New York, out of state for this past year, and now transitioning to a bit more of like a research focused project-based role, but we'll still be dabbling in intakes a bit. So kind of just feel all over the place, but excited to keep working with everyone over this next year. And so nice to see everyone's faces today.
thank you, Melanie. Samantha Polito, you're up next. Hi, Samantha.
Hi. So I'm one of the externs for this year. I'm from FDU. I'm a rising third year, so I'm going into my third year of the program. And I'm just really excited to be here and be able to learn from everyone. So excited.
Thanks, Samantha. And Ryan, share, you're next. Hi, Ryan.
Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. I am also an extern. I am a rising third year at LIU Post, along with Emily Rispoli, who had to jump off. I am very excited to be here and get to know all of you as the year goes forward.
Thanks, Ryan. We're excited to have you as well. And Rob Dolan, my old friend, is here. WCF future board member. Great to see you, Rob.
Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, so I live in Pittsburgh. I'm one of the non-psychologists. My background's in finance and investing. I've been good friends with Adam since college, so for over 20 years now, and have been following WCF since the beginning and looking forward to getting more involved. I guess I'll be the treasurer as the nonprofit ramps up and pretty active on the board from there.
Yeah, thanks, Rob. And that reminds me, I've just started looking into the directors and officers insurance for us, so we can back channel about that a bit and do some
Yeah,
due diligence on all that.
Your comments on the model not providing the service made me think it's probably easier from a liability standpoint if you're not actually providing the service through the organization. So that might be a factor there too. So
It'll be less risky for our board members. That's true. That's true. For folks like you, I still have all liability from CFI, but you won't have that. You'll just
fair
Right.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it'll be probably an easier policy. That's true. Thanks a lot, Rob, for being here and everything over the years. Karina, you're up next. Hi, Karina.
Hi everyone, I'm Karina. I am a rising third year as well, but in the Fordham Counseling Psychology program, along with Tabitha, who I see on the screen as well. And yeah, it's just really nice to see everyone and get to know everyone a bit better.
It's so great to have you here, Karina. Looking forward to working together, and perfect segue. Tabitha, you're next. Hi, Tabitha.
Hi everyone, my name is Tabitha. I'm also a rising third year at Fordham. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to starting to meet with clients and getting to know everybody. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you for being here, Tabitha. Katie Santamaria, you're next. Hi, Katie.
Hi, yeah, I'm Katie. I'm a rising third year at Furkov, part of Yeshiva, and I'm really enjoying my time here so far. I had my first session last week and it was really lovely, and the supervision has been great. So I'm excited to get to know you all better.
I'm so glad to hear. It's always nice to hear good early feedback as well. That's great. Thank you, Katie. And Jacqueline Medina, one of our licensed mental health therapists, is here. So Jacqueline, it's great to see you. And thank you for joining today.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacqueline. I was actually looking and I didn't even realize that it's been 9 months since I've been with CFI.
Wow.
The time has flew by, but in a good way. I'm just enjoying these meetings that we have and learning more about the mission and the vision of the organization and just the updates, the growth, development. I also feel that even though I do come with experience, I was also reflecting on that, and it's been about 9 years of experience, but I continue to learn from CFI and enjoying, just continuing to meet everyone. And I continue and look forward to growing and learning with everyone here on the call. Thank you.
Jacqueline, we're so thankful you joined us, and it's like just the beginning. So even though it's been 9 months already, it's just the beginning. So thank you for being a part of our family, and being part of our Westchester team too, where there's so much need. So thank you again. Thank you for joining today. And George, you're up next. We lucked into George at the end of the externship process, so we're so happy that you're here too.
Yeah, so I was glad to be referred to you all. I'm a rising third year coming from Seton Hall University, and I'll be working in connection with the Westchester office. And I'm glad to meet you all, and I look forward to working with you.
Yeah, and George will also be doing potentially some work in Connecticut as well. So we'll have a little Connecticut presence going on. Thanks to George. So it's great to see you, George. And it's great to have a fellow male there's not a lot of us, so we get one each training year, and it's you this year, so good job. And next up we have Octavia. Hi, Octavia, it's great to see you.
Hello everyone, I'm Octavia. I am a fourth year doctoral student at Felicia University in New Jersey, in the counseling psychology Psych D program. I'm super excited to continue to work with child clients as well as some clients across the lifespan with CFI. Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here, Octavia, and joining today. It's great to see you. And next we have Deb Santa, who is also a longtime friend of mine, on the board together at Westchester County Psychological Association, but also just a wonderful human being. So Deb, thank you for being here.
So nice to be here. I practice in New York, in Westchester County, and I graduated from FDU. So hello, Samantha, in particular. I've been in practice about 20 years now. And I've been involved with WCF for about 3 years, participating on kind of various meetings and projects. And I just want to say, I think you all have landed in a really unique space, and take as much advantage of it as possible, because Adam is a terrific integrationist and partner, and I'm happy to help in any way I can as well. So please reach out to me if there's anything I can do. And I think going forward, I will probably participate most on the pro bono recruitment effort. But I enjoy being a participant in any sector whenever I can. So it's been really enjoyable, and you guys will learn so much. So welcome.
Thanks so much, Deb. I'm so excited to have your thought partnership on that next phase. It's going to be so cool. A lot of things to figure out, but it's just going to be so cool to work on that together. So very excited for that. And next up is Nadia. Hi, Nadia. Great opportunity for you to introduce yourself, since you're going to be such an instrumental part of everything we're doing in the coming years.
Yes, definitely. So I am the incoming intake coordinator for the Westchester region. I'll also be working on the research project with Melanie. And I am excited to coordinate all of your intakes and get to know you all better.
Thank you, Nadia. Yeah, you guys will probably be working closely with Nadia, everybody here in the coming years. So this is exciting for you to be able to say hi. And then next we have Rick Batan, another old friend of mine. It's been really cool to work with you. So yeah.
Thanks, you too, Adam. And welcome to everybody. I'm sort of starting my third year with CFI, but I've had a little bit of a hiatus to when our second son was born. I took some time off, so not quite third year yet. I'm an MSW working towards my LCSW, and just want to encourage all of the externs to really take advantage of not just Adam and his wonderful expertise and all the support that we have here, but really all your fellow clinicians. Like, one of the things that I've just been super impressed by with everybody at CFI, WCF has been really everybody's willingness to always pitch in anytime if there's anything to do with a question about any treatment. Sort of focus on any questions about clients. Like, really use that. It's a great resource.
Thanks so much, Rick. It's been really cool watching you develop as an awesome social worker. And yeah, not to say anything about what a wonderful human being you are as well. I keep saying this over and over again, but there's reasons that I have friends who are here and like dear friends. So it's just been really cool to create this family. And you're a special part of that. So next is Emma Fisher, who is also a new intake coordinator, who is going to be interfacing with a lot of you over the next few years. And really excited to have you here as part of the organization, Emma.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm going to be doing intake for New York City, as well as billing and other admin coordination. So it's really nice to see everyone, and I'm really looking forward to this next year.
Thanks, Emma. And now's where I start to get teary, because the next two people on my screen are Ava and Nava, who this is their last day at CFI officially. But what can I say? I'm just gonna let you guys say hi. Otherwise, I'm gonna start crying. Or I'll let you start crying. How about that? I'll cry later.
So sad. But hello, everyone. Ava. Yeah, I've been with CFI WCF for 2 years. So sad to be heading out, but can't speak enough about how wonderful and beautiful all these relationships and partnerships with everyone has been throughout my time working with you all. But I wish all the externs best of luck this year, and definitely hope to reconnect or continue being connected with everyone throughout my professional journey. So thanks everyone again.
Yeah, it's hard to say enough thank yous, but I know we'll stay connected, so I'm gonna
Absolutely.
That's how I get myself not to cry publicly. Just remind myself that, life is long and we'll stay in touch. So. And Nava. Hi, Nava.
Hi. Yeah, just to echo Ava's sentiment, this has been really the most amazing last 2 years, and I just want to thank everyone for working with me and being so great. And it's been just a pleasure working with all of you, and I'm excited for new externs to experience that as well. And I'm really looking forward to hearing about the direction of WCF and CFI in the future and keeping it.
Thank you, Nava and Ava, and we're gonna do a call after this, a small call about our potential future CE programming. So Nava's gonna provide some information on that after this call. So thanks for staying on after for that. And next I have Maggie Benda. We're almost done here, so thank you guys for bearing with us. We have Maggie, then we have Michelle Falco, then we have Vanessa Martin Jones. So 3 more, and then we can wrap up. But hi, Maggie.
Hi there. I'm another extern, and I'm a rising third year at Fordham's clinical psychology program. And yeah, it's just really amazing to hear about all that CFI and WCF has done already and what the big goals are moving forward. So it's nice to see everyone putting in all that work and getting to be a part of that. Thanks.
Thank you for being here, Maggie. We're so happy to be able to work together with you as well. And Michelle Falco, it's great to see you.
Hi, good to see you too. Hi everyone, my name's Michelle. I guess represent Long Island and then also telehealth as well. I go to the office in Great Neck and no, sorry, Garden City. Yeah, I'm just so excited to be a part of this family. It's been amazing. I started in March and I'm seeing a lot of patients and really, really happy to be here with you all.
We're so happy you're here with us. And yeah, again, hopefully it's just the beginning. So more to come. And Vanessa, it's great to see you too. Hi, Vanessa.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Martin Jones. I'm in LMW and I also have my FW, and I just so I'm learning and growing, getting to know everyone. I'm in CFI, so I'm hopeful that paths will cross. If not, I'll see you in January. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. We'll see each other in January, if not sooner, that's for sure. Thank you, Vanessa. And everybody, it's just great to see y'all again. I think it was really good use of our time to spend a few minutes going around and saying hi. So some of the core members of our organization are here today, so you can meet each other and get more familiar with one another as we sometimes work together on coordinating care for families, interfacing with WCF and the volunteers and board members. So yeah, and this is just a great coming together. So we have about 9 minutes. We're 9 minutes early. So that's great. And we can sort of wrap up and say goodbye until we do another big meeting in January. We'll invite some guest speakers for that event as well, so you can hear more from their perspectives about some of the work that we're doing. But other than that, I'm happy to open it up if anyone has anything that they would like to share or any questions that you guys have or thoughts about anything. We can certainly spend a few minutes on that. And we're also happy to end the meeting a few minutes early so you all can go and enjoy your summer Mondays. So yeah, any thoughts or questions or anything that folks would like to share?
Adam, did we want to plug the CFI picnic as well that we likely will have in September?
Great point. Yes, please plug away.
Yeah, so I think Nava and probably Emma will be the ones kind of spearheading the planning for that. But for the past couple of years, we like to do, one big in-person event to try to get everyone face to face for anyone that's available and like able to travel to that area, because we understand that everyone might be in disparate geographic locations. But I think we'll probably be doing it in Westchester again. And it's usually on a weekend, so it shouldn't interfere too much with your guys' school schedules or anything like that. But yeah, we'll stay tuned on the details of the date, but it should probably be, I think, sometime in September is when we're planning. So yeah, I'll be there, Adam will be there, and it'll be a really great time for all of us to just kind of catch up face to face. Yeah, so we hope to see all of you guys there.
And I should mention, it's family friendly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Likely will be in a park. So pending weather. But yeah, thank you for remembering to plug that as well. That's really, really great, because it would be so cool to see as many of you as possible in person and just have that, like, you know, personal time together. So yeah, that's great. And yeah, if does anyone else have any thoughts or questions that they'd like to add, please feel free. Okay, well then we'll see you all hopefully at the summer picnic, definitely on Zoom in January.